Welcome back, guys. I'm Jane Louise.
And I'm Nishal Patel.
And this is Nishal's Dishes.
Yay.
So today, Nishal is going to show you how to make the basis of any curry.
Yeah, exciting. So this is what everyone asks for. This is what you need to really get down under your belt, and it will make the basis of all your curries before you put your meat in or vegetable in. If you got this to the point
Of perfection.
Yes. Yeah, it changes it. It changes your dish.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the description of the ghee of a previous video, so you can go back and look at that if you want to see how to make ghee, or you can use normal oil. We're showing you both ways. And in a previous video we showed you this cumin,
Coriander and spice mix.
yeah. So both those videos will be on there, and the rest you can follow from here.
Yeah, so just to go through what we've got here is the ingredients. So we're going to use cumin as our spice for the curry. Then we've got turmeric, that's the yellow powder. Great for, it's in most Indian curries. And I think we use it just to keep our immune system up, really. And then we've got, it smells amazing. Cumin, coriander powder with a bit of cinnamon, cardamom and peppercorns, all roasted and ground up.
Oh yeah, we roasted it, didn't we? I'll pop that in the description like I just said.
Salt. Then we've got nice tomatoes. You can use a tin of tomatoes if you'd rather. Some chillies. If you don't like spice, then obviously don't use chillies. We've got ginger, garlic, an onion, coriander, because all Indian food has coriander. And this, for those of you who've not seen one, is these are curry leaves off my curry leaf plant that's doing so well there. So this is in a lot of our Indian cooking. Not everyone grows this at their home. It's quite difficult to grow. So you can buy this from Indian stores or international stores. But if you can't find any, don't worry about it. You can make a curry without curry leaves.
It's been a long day of filming, so we are having a little glass of vino now. Cheers.
A cooking dinner and wine is a great accompaniment, isn't it?
Oh, I do love a Sicilian.
Oh, do you now?
Do love an Italian. An Italian red.
Right, so here's my heavy base pan for the curry. And I'm just going to turn it on and get the base warmed up.
We're chopping up our onion now, so you're cutting it in half?
Cutting in half and then into small cubes. Obviously the smaller the cubes, the quicker they cook. And then take a half and then I slice in the opposite direction.
So you've just halved it, put it on its flat bit and then top and tailed it.
Yeah, but don't cut it that way.
No.
It doesn't work if you cut through the centre of the onion. Okay. Cut. I find if you take the base off a garlic clove and then cut it in half, it's easier to take the rest of the skin off.
Rather than top and tailing it like I do.
Yeah, it just sort of falls out. There you go.
So you're going to grind this up?
Yep, we're going to make a paste of garlic, ginger and chillies.
Is this the thing you used to do the...
Yeah, the spice.
The spice mix last
Absolutely,
week?
yeah, it's great. I love this little grinder and it makes it really fine. You have to pulse it. But yeah, it's amazing.
So we're putting all 5 bits of garlic into there.
Yeah. Chillies, I don't know how chilly these are. It's the seeds that make a chilli hot.
So you're just popping 3 green ones in.
Yeah, I'm going to put 3 in for now.
See how we go.
And then if I find that the sauce isn't as hot as I'd like it, then I'd add extra. I mean, the ginger gives it a bit of a kick too. It's quite a
warmth.
Yeah, it's a warm taste. And rather than blitzing them separately, I'm going to put my ginger in there too. I want about 1 inch ginger. inch and a bit there. And this bit's going to be taken off. So there you go. I mean, the skin is edible. You don't have to peel it all off. Just make sure you give it make sure you give it a good wash. There you go. So I'm just going to cut it into little pieces because sometimes it doesn't grind so well when it's in big chunks in there.
It's quite fibrous, isn't it?
See all the fibre in there. I mean, I'm going to put a little bit of water so that it makes it into a puree. I'm going to blend that up.
Bit of water in there. We've got
Look at this.
Ooh, it's quite cucumber-ish actually.
It doesn't it? Look like cucumber.
Like
that's ginger, garlic and chillies in there.
Perfect.
So this is full of fat and salt and a bit of milk solids. It is edible. This is the leftover from the ghee. And I am actually going to use some of it in my curry.
If you have a look on the description, I'll put the link to the ghee and you'll see this was all the impurities left at the bottom of the pan.
I'm going to put equal amount of this rapeseed oil.
That can go at high temperatures as well, better than olive oil, can't it? Olive oil goes quite green, doesn't it?
You can't overheat olive oil, basically. No. So avocado oil you can, rapeseed oil's good. So there you go, that's your base. Obviously if you're on diet and you want to use less oil, then you can. You just need to be careful at the frying stage of the onions.
But who's going to trust a skinny chef?
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. I love my food more than the next person. I don't mean anything. Oh. Something my mum always says.
You owe me a second glass of wine, Jane.
I can manage that. I didn't mean you. I just meant, you know.
Right. So that's hot.
You don't ever want to see a skinny guy coming out of a kitchen in a pub, do you? You want to see a nice rotund man who sticks his finger in and tries it.
Chefs got to try out their cooking, right?
Chefs have got to stick their finger in it.
Right, so that's oil's hot. I'm putting all of the curry leaves in.
Curry leaf.
Sizzling away.
Oh, the smell of those curry leaves.
It's amazing, isn't it? Totally different.
I want a curry leaf plant. Is it actually hot, the plant, or is it just more of a herb? A bit of a spice. Is it hot?
It's not hot at all.
It's just a flavour.
It's a flavour and smell. Okay, so I'm also going to put some cinnamon in. So I love a bit of cinnamon in my curry.
So that is there about
That's just a stick of cinnamon. I've just broken in half. It's a thin stick.
About 4 inches.
Yeah.
There.
I like to keep them quite big so you can scoop them out if needs be. Right, I'll let that sizzle for a bit.
Getting the cardamom pod in your curry.
Right, and then that's sizzling away nicely. I'm going to add some of the cumin as well.
Is that a teaspoon?
That's a teaspoon. There you go.
I don't think I'm ever going to buy a curry again.
No. And if your oil's hot enough, it doesn't take too long. There you go. And now we are ready for the onions. So the onions are going in, pre-chopped.
So this is a whole white onion. Nice. Crackle and pop, ready for bonfire night.
Okay.
I suppose we don't want these onions to burn, do we?
No. So this is a nice thick base pot, but when it gets hot, it retains heat. So I'm going to take it down to 6. And let that cook. Now, Jane, do you want to check on the onions for me?
Of course, yeah. So they are going a little bit crispy.
Yeah.
Quite translucent. They're not burning. So I think they're not not far off being done. See that?
Let's have a look. Yep. So most people would still stop, but yeah, carry on.
Carry on.
Carry
okay.
on.
So we're on the border of crispy but not burnt.
Yep.
I can see some bits going translucent now, the bigger bits. Those curry leaves really are making a difference, aren't they?
Yeah, it takes the dish to another level. I think they use curry leaves a lot more in South India than they do in
Oh, do they? Is that where you're from?
No, I'm from Gujarat, which is just at the southern border of Pakistan and India, actually.
Oh, wow. So is Goa in the south then?
Goa's more south, yeah.
So that's where they'd use the curry leaves?
Yeah, Goa.
So what do you think
Kerala.
now? Do you think they're burning a bit now, or...?
No, just let them just cook for a bit more.
Am I tending to the pot too much?
Let it do its thing.
Okay.
I mean, these tomatoes are quite big. I might not need all 4. We'll see how much stuff I get.
Really annoyingly recently, as you know, got an intolerance to tomatoes. I don't suppose there's anything else I can use in its place. What about red pepper?
Yeah, you can use red pepper.
I'd have to have a few though, wouldn't I? Because they wouldn't have the juiciness of the tomato.
Yeah, you can use coconut milk. It depends how creamy you want it. Sometimes, some curries don't use tomato at all. They will, at this moment, put water in, and if you use like a potato in the base as well, then that will thicken up the sauce.
Okay.
So yeah, you can make a curry without tomatoes.
So can I be putting
spinach.
any of our bits in while you're doing that or not? Does it all follow
Not yet,
a pattern?
it follows after the tomatoes.
Are we getting there with this? Is that enough now, or am I still going?
I think you can carry on a bit more. See.
The bigger bits.
Yeah.
Team effort.
Yeah, they really shrivel up and become small, so we've still got some water in those onions. So we still need to saute them a bit more.
Saute. So you can see now what sort of colour it looks like.
So you would actually put your extractor hob on at the moment.
Yeah.
Usually, but we're not today, are we?
No, we're not, because it comes up here because Nishal's got a flash kitchen and it would affect our filming. So Nishal has cut the tomato in half, same with the onion, put the flat bit on the surface and then chopped it into pieces, and it looks like this in the blender.
Squash it down because that's going to blend all the way down.
When I go on holiday, I do love a tomato juice on the plane with Worcester sauce.
So do I. Yeah, I do that as well.
I don't think I'll be able to cope with it now with this intolerance. Funny how you just get intolerance to things, isn't it?
So did you used to be okay on the plane
Fine.
then after that?
Yeah, fine.
Maybe it's
Well, maybe saying that though, when I got on holiday, I used to have a bad stomach and blame it on the plane food. Maybe it was the old Tommy Tartos.
Maybe it was. What's it called? Bloody Mary, right?
Yeah. Who doesn't love a Bloody Mary?
There we go. So we are pretty much there now. I'll just show you what it looks like inside. Maybe slightly more browned than would usually have it. There you go, that's what it looks like. It's not hard.
I did say it was getting brown, didn't I?
Yeah, I mean that's fine, it's not burnt.
Just don't want it too crispy.
Don't want it crispy.
I'll tell you what, I am starving. Where we've been filming all day, I haven't eaten. I just want to eat this now.
Curry at the end. Okay, so I'm now going to put the tomatoes in. I ended up using 3 of those big tomatoes, they were quite big. Pour in a bit of this. So now to this we're going to add all the spices. So first the turmeric. teaspoon of turmeric.
Just 1 teaspoon or half?
Or one of those little teaspoons that I use. Yeah, it is a little teaspoon, so it's half a teaspoon really.
I'll just show you that there. It's a little tiny one.
And then I'm going to put my cumin coriander powder.
Again, as we said earlier, you can go to the description, see how to make that.
So I'm going to put 2 heaped ones in. So that's 2 teaspoons. So you can put a tablespoon in if you prefer. I might put another half in.
Loving the pattern. One for the pan.
Right, and I'm going to let that cook a bit. We want the heat up. So what we're going to try and do here now is condense this. So we want all the water from the tomatoes to boil off. And we're going to be left with a nice thick concentrated tomato mixture. Yeah. So I'll place the lid over the top of it, half off or slightly off, so that the steam can escape because we want to condense it, but it doesn't splatter everywhere.
Tomato's the worst, isn't it?
Yeah,
Splattering.
it goes everywhere.
I'll tell you what I've got is it's like a sieve on a flat.
Yeah, I need to get myself one of those. I've seen them.
Yeah, I think I put a link in the description. It's like a flat sieve that with a handle that you put over the pan, and it just stops all that splashing. But it is amazing. That smells great.
I'm just going to chop up the coriander.
I love a herb in a jar, but I don't think you can beat fresh, can you?
Fresh coriander is totally different. Fresh herbs is totally different. That's been boiling off for about 5 minutes now. It still needs to carry on. You can see there's a lot of fluid in there. You can see there's a lot of fluid in there still. So
We've got a bit to go.
still got a bit to go. Carry on bubbling. Take that off a bit more.
Maybe I'll get you the flat sieve for Christmas.
Yeah, that'd be great. You carry on condensing it and evaporating the water till the oil splits from the tomato.
What do you mean by that?
I'll show you when we get to that stage.
Okay. So it's not splattering so much now because a lot of the liquid's gone.
Yeah, absolutely. See, it's pooling in the middle.
I thought that was all burnt at the bottom then, but it's your pan, isn't it? It's very swish.
Yeah. It's a lovely pan, this. I got it from India.
Oh, did you? How much would this cost you in India?
In India, I got this pan for about equivalent to £30. But yeah, it's over 100.
Yeah. That's shocking, isn't it? How'd you get that back in the case? You stuck all your knickers inside it?
Basically, all my clothes were in the pan. The thing I haven't put in yet is salt. Salt is really important for Indian cooking. You'll find that if you haven't got the right amount of salt, then that amazing taste doesn't come through. So I'm going to put...
There is a perception though that salt is bad for you, but we do need some in our diet, don't
Our
we?
body definitely needs some salt.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people don't use salt in their cooking. Most Indian food has salt in. You don't add it afterwards.
I think the problem is you go out and have a curry and you've been out for the night and they put too much in and then you're thirsty, so it puts you off.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're cooking at home, you put in what you need. But
So we've got 1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon. This isn't table salt. This is cooking salt.
Okay.
Remember, you need to put enough salt for the tomatoes you've got in, and then you're going to have chicken going in there, and then or whatever meat. Some meats need less salt than others. If you're going to put vegetables in as well, like spinach, sometimes I'll put spinach in there, and obviously spinach needs salt as well. So you need to put enough. So you can add salt in at the end if it's not quite right as well.
So we've put 2 into this.
I'll put 2 in.
For a family of 4?
A family of 4.
Yeah.
I mean, you can add quite a lot of curry here.
You see, look, that liquid's gone as well, hasn't it? We're starting to get the raw.
Yeah.
base now.
And remember, salt helps to bring out all the liquid from the tomatoes and everything, so we find.
Actually, with my dad's health problems that he's got, it's a requirement to have it. He's actually been told he can't have enough, so he puts it all over his dinner because his body loses it so quickly. So you just have to, you know, do it as you see fit.
Yeah.
And if you're not allowed it, don't put it in.
Move the thick sauce bit to the side, the pulp, so that the water, the fluids can come into the middle to be boiled away. The tomatoes been in there for a good 10 minutes now, so the tomatoes definitely cooked, but we will cook it a bit later. Yeah, just let that boil now. You can see it's starting to get a lot thicker.
And like we said earlier, this is your base for any curry. So we're talking vegetable, fish, meat, anything.
You can put anything into this. This is the main bit. This is the bit that's going to take the time and your attention. So I know it's taken 10, maybe 15 minutes to get to this point, but this is the important bit.
I'm just going to see how dry that's got now. Not dry, but see how much of the liquid's come off.
And you see all these bubbles coming through. Now if I do this, you see oil will start coming through. You see on the side?
Yeah. That's, the water's gone, but the oil's there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what we want.
Well, I think it needs a little bit longer. Because we've got fresh tomatoes here, they had a lot more water than a tin.
Personally, I don't ever use tins just because of health reasons, so I wanted to show it fresh. But please, by all means, if buying fresh tomatoes is not viable and you've got tin tomatoes at home, use them.
Yeah. Whatever suits. It's easy curry. If a tin tomato is easier for you and you haven't got time to blend it,
do it.
Just chuck the tomatoes in as they are. You know, you can
and if
buy
you like a chunky curry, then put the tomatoes in chunky.
You can get tins of chopped tomatoes, can't you?
Yeah, of course.
So just stick that in. Yeah, see the oils are releasing in now. You see the bubbles sizzling away at the top. Right. So we're going to add in the ginger, garlic, chillies paste in there. Sometimes I leave a little bit in to just put in with the curry when I put in whatever I'm putting, just so it's got a stronger taste.
What do you mean by that? Oh,
after you've done your paste,
yeah,
you then add water and then you put your chicken in or whatever. And then sometimes from the top, I fade that to just put in at the end
with the chicken
to give it a bit more of a kick. So this is going to become quite tame. This is going to get cooked through. Smell that? Smells like proper curry now.
You know when you're on holiday and you walk past the window of a restaurant and it's like, it's garlic, isn't it? It just pulls you in.
That brings it together.
Is there anything more homely and welcoming than garlic, bread and coffee?
Well, not together, hopefully.
No. But separately. Yeah. They say if you're selling your house, get the bread.
That's it. Yeah. Either bake a loaf of bread
or get a candle on that smells of bread.
Cinnamon's going to be good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm also going to cook through some of the coriander. So
3/4?
Yeah, I mean, it depends what you like.
We had a good couple of handfuls there, didn't we?
I'm just going to put that through so it cooks. Like, if I've got stalk, I always try to put the stalk into the sauce rather than on top.
So it's got longer to cook.
There's a lot of taste in the stalk of coriander. And
I can see a bit there, look.
And a lot of my dals are all, in this stage, just put stalk in. Some of that's from the curry leaf. Hold that through.
Curry's to live on.
This is nicely coming together. soon as the coriander wilts and infuses into the sauce, you can stop there. Now, if you wanted to make a curry with a tomato and spinach sauce and then add your chicken in, I would put the spinach in at this point too.
Just enough time to wilt.
Yeah.
Is this the time to take out the curry leaves?
No, you don't have to take them out. They are edible.
Oh, are they?
Some people grind them into a powder. But you can eat them.
Go in the dishwasher, or would you clean this by hand?
I'd clean it by hand. So you can see it's caramelising and sticking to the base, so that just adds to the taste. So that basically is it. Say something.
Oh, okay.
So what I sometimes do is, if I was making, to save time, busy mums, your kids have gone off to uni and you want to send them something so it makes it easy for them, what I would do is I make a batch of this sauce and then I'd separate it at this section and maybe, I don't know, store that much and freeze it away. Can you see that in there? Yeah. So freeze half of it in a container, and then you can use it for your curry another time and turn it into a different type of curry. So it's
freezable.
It's freezable, yeah. It's a great sort of end point at this time to then think about what else you want to do with it.
So if your son comes home from uni, just give him a batch to take back and pop in the fridge.
Yeah, take back, pop in the fridge, and then he can make his own curry fresh there. Yeah, or he can stick it in the freezer and bring it out whenever he wants to.
That's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good tip, good trick.
So now we've made our curry base, and you've revolutionised curries for me. I'm never making it another way again, and I'm going to see what I'm like with tomato with all this juice drained out of it.
Yeah, maybe it changes the properties of the tomato for you and it makes it better.
Possibly. Thank you so much for watching our video. Please do subscribe to our channel. Please know that this is your base for meat, fish and veg now.
Absolutely.
No more sauces, no more packets. Let us know how you get on, and let us know if you've got a variation of this, because we'd love to try something new. Subscribe to our channel, like the video, share it, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.